Kevin Durant has just agreed to take $9 million less next year so the Warriors can sign Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, and keep the band together. And so a little of that sounds socialist, but it's really not. It's about Kevin Durant's pursuit of happiness. It's about the players in the NBA having more power than the players in the NFL and perhaps players in any other sport. Kevin Durant, and this really started with LeBron James, about the players taking control of the league and doing whatever is in their best interest. Now, the question is, whose side are you on? Do you think this NBA model with Kevin Durant and the players having all the power and the Kevin Durant and the players and LeBron James all teaming up together, the best players teaming up together on a handful of teams and screw the rest of the league? It's whatever's best for the players. It's not about what's best for the league. The NFL, a league about the shield and about the league at all times. And a handful of owners with far more power than any of the players. The players have no challenge to the power of NFL ownership and Commissioner Roger Goodell. Sounds great, and I know which side many of you are on. Oh my God, the players. It's got to be about them, and it's got to be about their individual pursuit of happiness. But I would say, as a sports fan, is this what's best for us? Kevin Durant takes less money, keeps the dynasty in Golden State rolling, keeps the momentum going with all-star players doing whatever they can to group together on a handful of teams, and we're going to have a few dynasty teams. We're going to have a league of haves and the super have-nots. Is that really what's best for the league? Is that really what's best for fans? Players, they're all making enough money. They can fend for themselves. You can cheerlead for them. Yeah, the players, they got to have the power, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to root for the fans and what's best for the fans. I like the NFL version better. We've been talking all week, and I heard Jim Jackson say earlier this week, there was this small period in the 1970s where there was actual parity in the NBA. I think over a 9-10 year stretch, 8 teams won the title. And the NBA was considered boring then and nearly unwatchable, and the games were replayed, and the NBA, and so everybody loves dynasties. I'm not so sure. I think we may be looking at something akin to the housing bubble and the housing crisis, where things are going to there's just going to be 5 or 6 teams, and the people at the bottom, the Indiana Pacers, my Indiana Pacers, the Sacramento Kings, the Milwaukee Bucks, a bunch of teams that don't matter are going to figure out we're better off tanking and being horrible than being the 7th or 8th seed in the playoffs. And when teams figure that out, there's going to be a collapse in NBA popularity. When fans figure that out. And when teams finally figure, I'm better off being the Philadelphia 76ers than I am even the San Antonio Spurs. Greg Popovich and the Spurs are going to put a good team out on the court next year, but they will have no chance at winning a title. No chance. Even the Spurs, which have been a great, awesome franchise, eventually, this system that we've set up, where the best players have the power to manipulate the league, where they can all play in a handful of nice San Francisco, Golden State. I know Golden State plays in Oklahoma, but Oakland, but that's basically San Francisco. Chris Paul, James Harden in Houston. LeBron's had something going on in Cleveland for a while, but again, eventually just like the housing thing, and some people were betting the short on the housing, they could see it coming. This system will not last. It will collapse on itself at some point. We are headed that direction very soon. I'm sorry I got to do this. Whoever's playing that music needs to cut it off. It's distracting me. We're headed very close to that happening, where there's going to be some sort of collapse in the NBA where fans figure out, man, this is just 5 or 6 teams and a handful of NBA players are in total control of the league. At some point, there will be a collapse. And so while I applaud Kevin Durant and his sacrifice, I really do. I applaud it personally. The guy is pursuing his happiness. He's not being greedy. He's doing what's best for himself and for the Golden State Warriors. I applaud that, and we can applaud LeBron James because he started this down in Miami. I don't think it's what's best for the NBA and for fans.